Good morning and welcome to the Red Mic. Happy Thursday. Glad you're here. These Red Mic messages are leadership and life lessons I picked up from 25 years as a public servant, 16 years as a youth football coach and scouting volunteer, and 10 years as a mediocre athlete with far more heart than actual physical ability. Today's Red Mic message is a continuation of yesterday's theme, understanding the different generations at work. Speaking of work, today is one of a couple of Christmas parties, holiday parties that we're having at the office. So, ho, 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 right? Got to do what you got to do, right? Yesterday we talked about uh, the different traits and values and work styles of the four generations you're almost certainly likely to run into in the workplace. Um, that, of course, is boomers, Gen X, rah, millennials, and Gen Z. I talked about the dates. The dates overlap, and some people say no, that's such and such date to such and such. It's all semantics. These are all generalities anyway. Um, Generally, you've got these four groups, and they fit into about these age ranges um, when they were born, whatnot. And these are cultural leanings. They are not set in stone. People are different, right? However, in the U.S. particularly, they are all creatures of the same culture. So they're all generally watching the same TV shows. They're all hearing the same messages usually from their folks. Um, they are reading a lot of the same books, same novels, same magazines, hearing the same stuff on the radio, all of that. All of those things pushed together and they have an impact on your personality, on the way you approach life. Obviously, there's going to be differences. However, looking at these generalities, let's talk today about communications preferences, the types of benefits they like, and again, generally, what are the best ways to approach people from each of these generations? Okay, baby boomers. They generally prefer in person or phone communication. Um, they're most likely the ones that are going to leave a long, detailed voicemail on your phone. Um, they want to make sure that they completely explain what they're thinking and why they're thinking it. They have a very strong value of personal connection, personal communication. They want to know that you know exactly what they're thinking and why they're thinking it. They they thrive on those personal connections. Um, they were really the first, uh, without knowing they were doing it, they were the first networking group. They were the ones who, you know, they were the Don Drapers. They were going to the cocktail parties and they were having business over drinks and stuff like that. So push for those personal connections with the boomer generation that are working in your offices. They are looking for, if they're still in the workplace, they are barreling headfirst towards retirement. So because of that, if they're changing jobs, if uh, they are looking for strong retirement plans. They want good health care, particularly after they retire. Um, the best way to lead them, acknowledge their experience, recognize it for what it is, um, lean on them for mentorship, encourage them to pass on what they know to the other folks in your office. Um, I don't like the guy personally, but it's a great movie. I can't remember the name of it right now to save my life, though. um, Robert De Niro played a guy, moved back into the workforce, and he started off as an office drone driver kind of person for uh, Anne Hathaway, who, by the way, is it just me or her eyes impossibly large? Anyway, and she come to find out where this young hip business owner, her office actually was in the same building that he had worked in for decades. Anyway, great movie. You haven't seen it. I wish I could remember the name of it. I'm not going to remember the name of it, so look it up. That's what IMDb is for. Great movie. I encourage you to go find it because if you want to know how baby boomers are wired, Robert De Niro in that movie just screams baby boomer, and it he teaches all of the other generations a thing or two. Anyway, Gen X, woohoo! Gen X in the house. We like email. We like direct communication. We value our autonomy, flexible schedules, remote work, um, top of our list of benefits. Give them that autonomy when you're leading them. Focus on outcomes. They are very outcome driven. Okay. What happened? What happened? Thank you, Brana McNeely, the intern. Yes. God bless Facebook Live, right? Thank you, Brana. Brana's a fantastic person. I've known her for decades. She lives up in Wichita Falls. Yeah, the intern is that movie. Sorry, squirrel. Um, Focus on outcomes. Gen X, they are very outcome driven. Um, they're they're not into a lot of the touchy feely stuff. They want to know, what did you do? How did you do it? Did you get it done? If you didn't get it done, why didn't you get it done? Just the facts, ma'am, right? Show me what you did. Don't talk about your feelings. Get it done, right? Outcomes, outcomes, outcomes. Millennials, um, more towards instant messaging, collaborative platforms. Um, they are prioritizing career development wellness programs. You would understand career development. They're younger. They are in that part of their career. They're where they are working. They are moving to the next step. Give them frequent feedback. They are hungry for it. They want to know what you think, why you think it. They may not they may not want to do it your way. They may not necessarily agree with your thoughts, but give them that feedback because they thrive on it. They really want to know. And then they're going to try to plot their own course, and that's okay. Because again, who cares how the sausage is made as long as you all end up with sausage, right? So they want clear growth opportunities. They want to move up. They really do. Last but not least, Gen Z, texting, messaging apps. They're not going to leave a voicemail. They're just not. Um, you're going to be lucky if you get much of anything from them verbally. They they grew up on their phones and their devices, so know that about them. Texting, messaging apps, big part of their lives. But also, because of that, they want hybrid work. They want to work from home. They value um, generally mental health support, authentic recognition. How do you lead them? Prioritize culture, prioritize their mental health, embrace their diversity, offer flexibility. Don't change who you are for any of these groups. But again, diversity and flexibility. Again, if you don't care how the sausage gets made, as long as it's the same recipe and it ends up tasting the same, who cares, right? That's how you're going to get Gen Z in your corner. Tailoring your leadership styles for these different groups, tailoring your approach with each of these groups. It's necessary when you're dealing with a multi-generational workforce. Um, Communicate effectively with each group. They all have their own ticks. They all have their own generalities. They can all add to a really vibrant tapestry in your office, in your work environment. So Communicate as effectively with them as you can in the same type of communication style that they want, that they appreciate. If you can communicate, give them the benefits they're looking for, and adapt your leadership style for them, you're going to have a really vibrant workplace where people are going to be able to thrive. That's today's Red Mike message. Hope you found it interesting. I hope you found it helpful. And again, thanks, Brana, for telling me the name of the movie. Could not remember it to save my life. Again, Christmas party today, holiday party, ho, ho, ho. Next week, I'm dressing up like Santa at a big party for everybody in all the divisions and whatnot. So that's going to be fun. Tomorrow, I'm going to crib heavily from my friend Kevin Muir. Kevin is another state worker like me, and he talked last week about the opportunities for friendship and fellowship in the business settings through holiday seasons and whatnot. I'm gonna borrow heavily from Kevin, and I'm also gonna add a few anecdotes of my successes and at least one massive failure that I had in interacting with a former boss. So I appreciate you being here. Again, happy Thursday. Thanks for joining me on these Red Mike messages. They are for you. I would appreciate a like, a follow, and a share. Just as importantly, though, let me know what you think down in the comments. Thank you yesterday, Kirk Reed. Known him for decades, and he commented yesterday, and I appreciate it. Let me know what you think. Thank you much. I'll see you again tomorrow. And don't forget, life is short. Drink the bourbon.